Thank you. My name is Kadirat Navelu. I'm a senior product manager with Amazon Simple Email Service. Today, I'm going to walk you through what is Amazon Simple Email Service, some of the core use cases that we have seen our customers use Simple Email Service for. And then we will look at the overall challenges in sending email and how Amazon SES is helping you reach to your customers and get the emails landed and also measure the engagement from you of your customers end users. And also we are going to spend a lot of time in discussing and reviewing what we have released in 2017. And at the very end of it, we will have time for Q&A. Amazon Simple Email Service was started 6 years ago. It's going to be almost 7 years. We started this out of our own necessity. Amazon Retail wanted to send large amount of emails to their customer base. And Amazon Retail experienced multiple issues 8-10 years ago in terms of sending high volume emails. So that's how Amazon Simple Email Service came into existence. We started building our own platform to send high volume emails that are really important, and we wanted to land in customers' inbox. If you look at that, there will be a lot of lifecycle emails. For example, if you put something in your cart and if you haven't completed the checkout flow, we wanted to send an email out to you to remind you that there is something there. And also order updates. We wanted to get that email land in the inbox. And for that, we developed our own email platform. And at some point, 6-7 years ago, we thought our customers could benefit from it. We saw value for our customers, and that's how Simple Email Service came into existence. Amazon Simple Email Service is built on reliable and scalable infrastructure that maximizes the deliverability of your emails. When we say deliverability, that's an industry term to denote the emails landing in your inbox and not in the spam folder or being dropped altogether. With Amazon Simple Email Service, you'll be able to send high volume emails. And we will go through this webinar today and look at what are the services we have. Before we go into detail, some of the common use cases that we have seen our customers use Amazon Simple Email. There is a preconceived notion that Amazon Simple Email Service, it's just for traditional transactional emails, but it's not true. Our customers are using it to build marketing platforms, to send marketing emails like flash sales, promotions, and special offers. And we also see our customers using it for system alerts. And if you look at our breadth of customers, you will see multiple use cases. And why Amazon Simple Email Service? Before we go into that, we want to look at why email is important. If you think about it, each and every one, adults in the world, they have an email address and that's reachable. And a lot of the consumers or the end users, they check their emails. They are connected to their emails through their mobile phone or on the web, and they constantly check their emails. And they also tell us that they want to hear from their brands. They sign up to receive notifications about order updates, or they want to understand whether there are any special offers, promotions. So customers clearly want to hear from your brand through emails. And compared to other channels, email can be personalized, highly targeted, and provides measurable metrics like open, clicks, how many times someone opened the email, and whether they clicked on a link that you have in the email. And you can use that to fine-tune your engagement. You don't have to blast email to everyone. You can send emails to someone who opened the email or someone engaged with your email, and then make more targeted emails that are very engaging. And we are hearing from businesses, small and large, that more than 50% of them generate that 10% of their sales through emails. And they see better customer acquisition over Facebook, Twitter, and other social mediums. That's why email is really important. But it's not easy. If you look at emails sent around the world every day, 86% of emails are spam. To protect their subscribers, inbox providers like Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, they combat spam by building their own spam filters. And these spam filters are not perfect. A lot of legitimate emails will end up in the spam. And building and maintaining an email infrastructure is undifferentiated heavy lifting. If you think about it, sending thousands of emails at a scale requires proficiency in setting up and running the email programs. You need to manage the deliverability. You need to build feedback loops with multiple ISPs, and it's really complex. And it's a costly endeavor for businesses to maintain and run an email infrastructure. Yes, you can build your own email infrastructure, but if you look at it and think about the cost, you should not just look at the cost of sending emails, but what it entails to maintain that platform. Whether you are maintaining it, the time it takes for you to set up email feedback loop, any additional features that you need to support for your business, the security, the cost of running the service. You had to include the CPUs, the software, the IPs that you need to use to send emails, and the operational cost. And if you have a business that generates volume, seasonal volume, you need to scale up for that volume. Say, for example, a lot of the e-commerce platforms or educational institutes, they have their own peak. Take, for example, educational platforms. During summertime, they don't send any emails, but when the schools open or colleges open, they send tons of email, millions of email. And you need to think about whether you need to build up for that high availability or how do you scale up. And the total cost of sending email, not just this maintaining the infrastructure and building features, but also the opportunity cost of the email not reaching your recipient, whether you are losing sales, and also the time you spend building this instead of building something that your customers can enjoy, this undifferentiated heavy lifting. That's why we help you to eliminate this undifferentiated heavy lifting. Why Amazon SES? Amazon SES helps you with inbox placement. Like I mentioned earlier, ISPs and mailbox providers like Gmail and Hotmail, they have their own spam filters and they look at multiple variables to decide whether your email should land in the inbox or in the junk or dropped altogether. And one of the variable is the platform that is sending that emails. And Amazon SES, we have strong enforcement. We look at all the emails. We onboard only trusted customers, and we don't tolerate our spammers. And because of our high reputation that we send only quality emails from our platform, inbox providers like Gmail and Hotmail, they look at us favorably. And because of that, and because of the IPs that we use to send emails, there's a high likelihood of that email reaching the recipient's inbox. And high performance, we have customers who send millions of email in few seconds, in few minutes. For example, if you think about Amazon retail, the Prime Day promotions or the Black Friday promotions, they send millions of email. And think about Netflix use case. When a show comes up, they have to send millions of emails to their customers, and they can scale up and scale down. And we don't see our platform as a limiting factor, and it's reliable. Amazon SES is built on the cloud infrastructure that Amazon relies on. We have multiple data centers. We have data centers in North Virginia, Portland, and also in Dublin, with multiple availability zones within each region. And that creates a highly reliable environment for you. And it sits on top of other AWS services, and you'll be able to easily integrate with Lambda, CloudWatch, Kinesis Firehose, SNS, and you'll be able to integrate and then scale your platform. On a high level, what are the features that Amazon SES provides to help you get that inbox placement? We discussed earlier on optimal inbox placement, and we are calling that out as a feature because that is a hard thing to do. And we support multiple email authentication mechanisms, DKIM, SPF, and DMARC. Using these features, you will be able to authenticate your emails and make sure that when it reaches the inbox providers, they know it is coming from who it says it's coming from, and then the email is not altered. And because of that, the inbox providers like Gmail, Hotmail, they look at your emails favorably. And we have dedicated IP addresses that you can use solely for your email sending and build your own reputation. And we will look at dedicated IPs and how it is helping you later today. And monitoring, we have multiple ways for you to look at your sending statistics, like whether the email got sent, delivered, whether it was opened or clicked, and you'll be able to monitor and fine-tune your email sending strategy through these features. And email receiving, not only you can send outbound emails, you can also receive emails from Amazon SES, through Amazon SES. And there are multiple other features that will make your email sending easy. Not only we support APIs, you can also send emails through SMTP. And we have seen multiple customers use us through their SMTP. And I have seen personally many of our customers set up their email sending through Amazon SES through SMTP within half a day. And we have Mailbox Simulator that you can use to simulate a bounce or a complaint or how your sending infrastructure will handle high level of emails and the volume without sending emails out to the world and damaging your domain reputation. And we have multiple ways where we look at both incoming emails for viruses and spam and prevent them from getting delivered to you. And in the same token, we also scan outgoing emails for viruses and malware, and we don't let any emails with viruses and malware to get out of our platform. Even if you're not a bad sender, it will help us maintain the high reliability of our platform. And the core of the presentation today is the features we have launched in 2017. In 2017, we focused on helping customers, especially high volume customers, get to stop sending the undifferentiated heavy lifting, or help us do the undifferentiated heavy lifting for them. And these are the features that we have done, and we will look at the one by one today on how we are helping. Number one is dedicated IPs. When you send emails on Amazon SES, by default, we send it through shared IPs. Shared IPs mean customer A and customer B can send their emails through that one particular IP. And customer A could be sending high quality transactional emails, and customer B might send marketing emails. And because you are using the shared IPs and it's all going through the same IP, the reputation of that particular IP, it's built based on all of the customers sending emails through that particular IP. And if you are a high volume customer, or if you want to have your own reputation, then you want to use dedicated IPs. The dedicated IPs help you build reputation for your IP. Since you will be the only customer sending emails through that particular IP, the reputation is built solely on your email sending practices. Before we dive into some of the features and how you can use dedicated IPs, I want to address number one, the top question that I get asked every time. That is dedicated IP right for me? And for that, we developed this matrix that is available on our website on product details page that I want to spend a little bit more time on today. With dedicated IPs, you need to have some additional setup time. If you're a user that you want to send emails right away, shared IPs are easy for you. And with shared IPs, we monitor the reputation of the IPs. When I say the reputation is monitored by AWS, that means if it gets blacklisted or if it is if the reputation is low, we actively monitor that, and then we unblock those IPs so the IP reputation is higher. With dedicated IPs, you need to manage your own reputation. If it gets blacklisted by Spamhaus or one of those leading spam reporting agencies, then you will have to work with them to remove that blacklisting of your IPs. If you run into trouble, we will help you, but we expect you to manage your own IP reputation. If you are sending continuous email, then both shared IPs and dedicated IPs are helpful, because each dedicated IP will come with a certain sending volume and certain throughput. You need to anticipate your volume, and then you need to pre-allocate those IPs. If your volume is unpredictable, then we recommend you to use shared IPs. Both dedicated IPs and shared IPs are good for high volume senders, but if you're sending very low number of emails, say less than 100 or 1,000 emails a day, then we don't recommend you to use dedicated IPs. And the reason is because the ISPs and the mailbox providers, they build a reputation of your IPs based on the volume and the type of emails that you send through these IPs. And we will go into detail on why that volume is important and what that means for your IPs in the next slide. And there is an additional cost for dedicated IPs. You need to, each IP costs US dollars $24.95 that we will bill monthly. And one other advantage of using dedicated IPs is the IP addresses that we use to send those IPs will never change. And we have seen a lot of our customers use dedicated IPs for whitelisting and security purposes. For example, if you want to whitelist your IP, your internal servers or your infrastructure to say, I want to receive emails only from this particular IP, then dedicated IP will help you get that. I briefly touched upon the volume and why it is important. In the industry term, warming up an IP, it's giving IPs a history. Because ISPs, when they receive a high number of emails or emails from a new IP that does not have any history, they tend to be more cautious, and they will start to look at those emails more carefully, and then that might result in many of your emails getting dropped or are placed in the junk folder. So you need to start sending emails gradually through through your leased IPs. And that process is called warming up the IP. So warming up an IP is nothing but slowly sending and increasing the volume through these IPs. And that's a manual process. In 2017, we released a new feature called automatic warm-up of dedicated IPs. So what that means is we will use your emails that you send through the shared IPs. We will take a portion of it, and over the course of 45 days, we slowly send traffic over from your regular sending to the dedicated IPs, through the dedicated IPs. So at the end of 45 days, none of your emails will go through the shared IPs, and everything will move over to the dedicated IPs. So what it is we take your emails that you send every day through the shared IPs, and then we slowly move the traffic over to the dedicated IPs without you getting involved. And by that, we will warm up your IPs, and your IPs are ready to go. And also, the advantage of this is you don't have to reduce your volume of emails that you send through our platform. Because the traditional way of you manually warming up the IPs, you need to stop sending emails, and then you had to slowly ramp up the volume. But with automatic warm up, we take care of that. You keep sending the emails, and then we take care of the emails that are going through our platform through these dedicated IPs. And for high volume customers, when they have many IPs, it gets harder to manage the IPs. If you're sending multiple emails, multiple type of emails, then the IP reputation of your leased IPs will be solely dependent on the sum of all those IPs. And sometimes you might want to prioritize some of the emails. For example, you are sending transactional emails and marketing emails. You might want to prioritize transactional emails over marketing emails, that your transactional emails always have high probability of reaching the inbox of your end users or customers than your marketing emails. If you are sending these two type of emails to the same set of IPs, then the reputation of the IPs will get lower to the lowest common denominator. And what this feature does is you will be able to create multiple pools. You can group the IPs, say 5 IPs in one pool and 3 IPs in the other pool if you have a total of 8 IPs. And you can nominate what emails can go through these IP pools. And with that, you are creating reputation within your own IP pools so that the reputation is isolated, siloed within your leased IPs. And how do you do it? First, you need to create dedicated IPs pool. You give a name, and then you move your IPs to it. And then when you're sending emails, you need to specify which pool it should use. And you will need to use a feature we have launched last year called configuration set. Configuration set, I'm taking a little detour here to explain what configuration set is, because that is really important and that will come across in multiple places today. Think of configuration set as group of rules that you can apply to the emails you send using Amazon SES. You can, when you're sending emails, you can say, these emails, I should receive the metrics through SNS, and they should be using this particular pool, etc. So you create those rules, and then you create a configuration set that contains all those rules. And when you're sending emails, you just you specify that particular configuration set, and we will automatically use those settings to send emails out. And that is configuration set, and that's how you nominate which emails to go through the IP pools. And we have a very detailed documentation on how to use configuration set with Amazon SES that will be really helpful. And there are a couple of other hidden features that I want to highlight. Number one is when you lease a IP, we will put it in a default IP pool. If you're not using a configuration set, if there is no configuration set in the email, we will automatically route all those emails through the dedicated IP pools. You can also use the dedicated IP pools to reset your auto warm-up. If you find that your warm-up is not right, or you're starting to send a new set of emails or new type of emails, and you want to restart the auto warm-up, you will be able to do that from Amazon SES console by IP pools. And also, we launched a new feature earlier this year that will enable you to send emails through dedicated IPs and also through shared IPs from the same account. So say, for example, you might want to use dedicated IPs for just transactional emails, and you want to use shared pool, which is default and can be used by multiple customers through and you can use this feature to do that. And open and clicks tracking. We launched this feature in July of this year. But before we go into how it works with Amazon SES, I want to highlight why this is important to measure engagement. Whether you're sending transaction email or marketing email, you need to know how your customers are interacting with those emails. You want to understand whether your campaign is efficient, so you can send fewer number of emails and then build your reputation. Why that is important? Gmail, Hotmail, and other inbox forwarders are getting more and more sophisticated. It's not about the emails that land in the inbox. It's more about how your customers are interacting with it. Yeah, an email that will land in junk folder for me might land in the inbox for you because you are interacting with that email differently. And you need to measure that. You need to understand how your customers are interacting with the emails so you can create better and more targeted email campaigns. And to do that, you need to measure the open clicks. Open clicks is nothing but when someone opens an email, that's a open. And when someone clicks on a link within that email, then that's a click event. And Amazon SES will help you measure this automatically. So to enable this, you go into configuration set. And within the configuration set, as you are creating a particular set of rules, you automatically say whether you nominate whether you want to measure clicks and open. And when you use that configuration set to send email, we will automatically start tracking clicks and opens. And based on where you want that metrics to go, we will send those metrics back to you. And there are 3 options for you to collect these metrics. You can collect the metrics through SNS topic. You can also use Amazon Kinesis Firehose, and you can also use CloudWatch. Amazon SNS and Kinesis Firehose will be able to, through that, you will be able to get more granular information, event by event information. CloudWatch will get you very high level aggregated information that you can use to build graphs to understand how your metrics, or open and clicks, or delivery, bounce, or complaint are behaving over a course of time. So based on your needs, you can use SNS, Kinesis Firehose, or CloudWatch. And there are multiple features within that we launched this year that will help you customize your open and click tracking. Number one, you can nominate your own domain to be used for open and click tracking. You can use one of your verified domains, and once you nominate that, we will use that domain. So what that means is all the links in the email will be branded. So when your customers are looking at the email, it's coming from brand X, and then all the links within that email are brand X. That gives a more sophisticated feel to your email. And by default, Amazon SES will track all the links within that email. And we will give you metrics for each and every click event. And what you can do is to remove some of the links. You can use you can disable the link by nominating SES : no track, and you'll be able to stop tracking that particular link. And we have an example here where we want to disable tracking of aws.amazon.com link. And you'll be able to do that by nominating SES : no track within the hyperlink. And also we added Amazon SES as an event destination. When we launched configuration set last year, we supported only Kinesis Firehose and Amazon CloudWatch. And this year, as part of the open and clicks tracking, we enabled Amazon SES as an event destination. So what that means is, if you're an existing Amazon SES user and you are using SNS to collect the sending metrics, which is sent, delivered, bounces, and complaints, you'll be able to use the same SNS topic to receive open and clicks as well, if you choose to have everything in one place. And in August, we launched this new feature called email templates. Previously, when you had to send emails through Amazon SES, you will have to send each and every email through the whole raw email through the API calls. And that means you need to send the HTML, and then that will add to your data transfer cost. And with this new feature, what we have enabled is you'll be able to store and update email templates on Amazon SES. So you can upload an email template and you'll be able to nominate that when you're calling Amazon SES. And we will use that template, and then we will send the emails out using that particular template. And to create templates, you use the create template API operation, and you pass a JSON object with 4 properties: the template name, the subject line, and a plain text version of your email body, and a HTML version of your email body. And you can also add variables within that email as well. And when you're sending emails, you can nominate the values for that variables, and we will automatically substitute those values, and then we will send it out. So you can create unique, customized, personalized emails for each one of your recipients. And to go in depth, when you're sending emails, there are 2 different templated emails. There are 2 different APIs that are available for you. One is send templated email. You can use this email if you're sending it in one API call. If you want to send to one unique customer, you can use this send templated email API. Send bulk templated email will enable you to send up to 50 unique recipients. How you can use that is, say for example, if you want to substitute the subject line for each and one of your recipients and you want to call out their name, say for example, Shirley Rodriguez, as two different first names in the email to say, Shirley, we have a custom deal for you. You can use this new feature and you'll be able to nominate up to 50 customers in the destination array, and then you can send their substitution values as well. And we will pick that up, and then we will send it. So in one call, you can send up to 50 unique personalized emails. And we also support default substitutions as well. So if you don't have the first name, you can say customer, or you can have a different value if there are no custom variables. Now that we have seen how you can create your own reputation and how you can measure the engagement of your customers and then send high volume of customers, we felt that we have to help you address the reputation and how to manage the reputation of your sending. Taking a step back, Amazon SES, as we discussed earlier, we pride ourselves on being a platform for sending high volume and very highly engaging emails to our customers. And what that means is we don't tolerate bad senders, and we want to help your end customers or anyone with an email to receive very high quality emails. And we actively monitor our platform for that. And we have built our own, over the course of last 6 to 7 years, we have built our own scoring that we use to prevent bad actors using Amazon SES to deliver spam or malicious content. And we do that by measuring multiple variables, but predominantly it's measured based off of bounce rate and compliance rate. So bounce rate means you're sending emails to non-existing accounts and you don't have a clean list, or you're using an old list, both of which will reduce your reputation with the inbox providers, both your domain reputation and also the IP reputation that you use to send the emails. Complaints mean your recipient does not like the content, or they don't want to receive those content. It could be for multiple reasons. Maybe it's unsolicited email, or they change their preferences over the course of a year and don't find it useful. So these two are very strong signals, and many of our enforcement are based off of these two. And before this, we never shared that information with our customers. And with this reputation dashboard, we are helping customers with bounce and compliance rate to enable you to monitor the health of your account. It's just not only useful for enforcement on our end, but it will give you a guideline on how healthy your sending is. Can you do that on your own? Probably yes, but we use multiple custom logic to determine whether you are a good sender or a bad sender. And for that, we have our own separate scoring on what your bounce rate is and complaint rate is. We use this information over your last 14 days of sending. And to build this, you will have to spend a lot of time trying to figure out how we are building it. So we made it easy for you to see this. So you can get this metric from the Amazon SES dashboard. Also, you can receive this through CloudWatch. So with CloudWatch, you can automate the monitoring. Every 15 minutes, we will emit your bounce rate and complaint rate to your CloudWatch account. And you can create alarms on CloudWatch to send you a notification if the metrics cross a certain threshold. Say, for example, if you want to keep the metrics to your bounce rate to 4%, you can create an alarm. So whenever your bounce rate goes above 4%, you will get an email or a text message to indicate that you have crossed that limit. And not only we show bounce and complaints, but we also show other information like anti-spam notification. And when a reputable IP anti-spam organization has reported that some of the content being sent from your Amazon SES account has been flagged as unsolicited or problematic by their systems, we expose that information for you as well. We also send you direct feedback notification. A significant number of users have contacted Amazon SES directly to report messages that they receive from an address or domain associated with your Amazon SES account. And that feedback is not visible in the complaints report by mailbox providers. Using this feature, we will expose that information as well. Additionally, we also expose domain blocklist notification. Email sent from your Amazon SES account contains reference to domains that you have been listed on a reputable domain block list. Domains on this list are typically associated with abusive or malicious behavior. Amazon SES is unable to provide the names of the domain that are causing your messages to be flagged or to identify which email was flagged this way, but we will showcase this information as well. And a comprehensive review of your account might show some characteristics that may cause mailbox providers or recipients to identify your message as spam. We cannot reveal the specific factors that led to your account being flagged this way, but some of the common factors that cause this are messages being flagged by commercial anti-spam systems, messages contain content that implies the recipient have not explicitly requested the email, and multiple other indicators like content that does not make it obvious who the sender is. And we showcase that information as well. So with this reputation dashboard, you'll be able to see the overall status of your account and how healthy your sending is. And you can use this to improve your sending, which will directly result in the emails landing in the inbox and ultimately improving your return on the investment. So these are the things we have released so far this year. It's time for questions.